Well, hello everybody. This is Ingrid, and I just wanted to send you a quick video as an application for Ignite. I apologize for that being a couple of days late. As you may know, we had some severe health stuff going on here with my daughter, and I just need to focus on that first. So if it comes too late, I understand. I hope it doesn't. Um, it was one of my big dreams to be at Ignite and to be speaking about a very successful year. Now, when I signed up for Ignite, I was not expecting the year to turn into the direction that it actually turned into. The year before, I was very successful financially. I had a solid six-figure business. I had my strategy programs, my signature programs. I had my certification club. I had all my pieces in place. I had my videos done. I really had done a lot of work over the course of a number of years with a number of different coaches that had gotten me to where I was. Now, I realized at the end of the 2013 that I was burning out. I realized that I was not in a place where I wanted to keep doing what I was doing. I felt I was losing myself. I felt I was not in integrity anymore with who I want to be. I realized that I was starting to be pushy in my conversations. I didn't like that. I obviously um, held back from actually having sales conversations just because I didn't feel them. Um, I was over investing in time at some point just because I felt like I'm not doing this right. And I realized that I was hitting a ceiling, and if I don't break through that ceiling, that personal ceiling, I would be screwed and I would not be able to continue what I had been doing. So we started the work together, and there was a moment at Ignite, and it was the beginning of day three, where Margaret, said something just about living your dream. I forgot how you said it, but there was something there. There was a sentence there that you said, and I just thought, you know what? I can turn it any way I want. This is exactly what I need right now. And so I jumped up, signed up, and never looked back. Um, the first few calls were absolutely incredible for me, realizing why I came into this world, what my big mission was for my family, and where my disappointment was. The inner child work was phenomenal. And I really realized that I was understanding in a big way, in a very, very big way, who I am and who I want to be. And why I was so disappointed, why I felt that nobody's seeing me, why all these things were happening. And I was healing them. And I did a lot of work, a lot of work. And then in May, as we know, um, the whole process with the cancer recurrence started, and that really threw me for a loop. So all of a sudden now I had to step back. I had to step back from everything I was focusing on before, growing my business, doing whatever I needed to do, and all these things. And I had to focus on survival. I had to understand that everything I do that is a wrong decision is going to cost me my life. And I have never been so freaked out scared in my life. And you've seen me in that stage in June, um, where I was still in the state of falling and feeling like somebody had just given me a death sentence. And that's basically, in a way, what they did. They just told me there's nothing they can do to cure me. And that's not what I can handle. And in that moment, I realized that if I don't really find a way, find a way to do what I need to do, find a way to activate whatever it is I need to activate to make it through that, I am absolutely screwed. And not just me, but also my kid, Leah, and my husband, Jens. And what I noticed was that I needed to step into having fun, into joy, um, into really loving my life again, into loving my life so deeply that I would do anything to make it worth living. And I realized that I could not ever give what had happened in my body um, make an excuse or give that any power that I can't do certain things just because this has happened now. I realized that I have to really fall in love with who I am and fall in love with everything that's happening. That was my mission. In the process of that, I realized that I am not so much an achiever, even though everybody tells me I'm an achiever. And I own I get shit done. Yes, if you put me on the tracks and we're rolling, I get shit done big time. And if you ever need to win an election, you want to have me in your team because I will win that election for you, right? I just know how to do it. I always have. Love that stuff. But the point here is, I love that stuff. And I love it because I'm a creative. I love it because I have a gazillion good ideas. I love it because I can pull ideas out of thin air and make them something that I can get people excited about, right? I am happily thinking stuff through just because it's fun to think about it. I get excited analyzing stuff and analyzing people or whatever else it is just because it's fun. I don't have to do something as a result in order to find the whole process itself extremely valuable. And I realized that I was really holding back my creativity. I was playing that small. I didn't own that as much as I better own it because it's part of me. And that would have been the phone. And I just keep talking here. All right. So so in the process of that, I realized that I better really change everything I'm doing and let my hair down and really decide to do something important and relevant. And so what I over the course of the next few weeks and months, I realized that I'm a long hair person. I have long hair. I like big things. I don't have to be Miss Perfect. I don't have to be Miss, whatever. I like to show up in a lot more relaxed than I used to show up. There are certain things I like in my home that really need to be that way. And there are certain ways in which I like to communicate to people. There's a way that I want to come from when I speak to people that is important to me. It has to reflect who I am. It has to be nice to them. I want to be nice to people. I really want to have conversations with people that make them feel appreciated and comfortable and excited. So when I then went to Laurel Langmeyer's event, what happened was that I actually started to own who I am so much that I closed over $10,000 in sales in 2 days. I literally was talking to people when it came to, selling them stuff on a very high level. Like, you should come and join this program or the other program. And they were all like $1,500, $2,000 programs. And I had these conversations. One of them was a $4,500 program. And I had these conversations with people and really just wanted to find out if they are the right folks for me and if I can help them. And within minutes, we realized that yes, I can. And they better sign up. And they were all excited, and it was this love fest, and oh my God, I'm gonna work with her, and this and that. It was so cool. I solidly won the contest, Laurel's contest. The next person, I think, had like $3,000. I had 10 and just kept going. And after that, I closed even more, so that was good. But I really realized that I don't like to sell. I don't need to sell. I can just have a good offer, good programs, solid material, and talk to people and find out if they're right for them. So I love these conversations. I love to deliver. My workshops started to fill up. When I put them out, they're filling. My only problem was that I was so laser focused on doing my extremely extensive health program that I didn't have the time to focus on my business the way I would usually do it. The reason I needed to focus is because I just had to get those tumor markers down, and that they're in the normal range, which is medically unheard of, or as my oncologist says, it is highly unusual. So, but I achieved that. So the tumor markers are in the normal range. It doesn't mean the tumors are gone, but it means that something really shifted in my body. Now, A major turning point for me was when, by Thanksgiving, I decided to let my Facebook community know what happened. And I had not told anybody other than a very small circle of people what I had been focusing on because I just didn't need negative energy. So by Thanksgiving, I put this out on Facebook, sitting in the dark, no energy, no power, New Hampshire had power outage, and told people what happened on Facebook and receiving a wave, a wave of love that I would never have been able to receive if I hadn't allowed myself to dip into that deepest level of vulnerability that I learned in the Rockstar program. I would not have been able to put it out this way. I would not have been able to receive it. I'm literally talking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of likes and messages and personal messages and people reaching. It was unbelievable. And then the next step up was that one of my native friends told me that he had asked his tribe to join him in prayer. And this turned into a procession of over 1,000 Native Americans celebrating me and my life. And they don't know me. They just came. Of course, I was just crying my eyes out and thought, how is this possible? And it's possible. So I was just amazed. And then I started just thanking the people that I was so grateful for. And again, it kicked off this love, this huge wave of people feeling touched and moved. And I realized that I was leading now a tribe that is so profoundly relevant and loving and kind and sweet and special that I actually didn't know what to do now because the last thing I wanted to do was sell to them, and I actually put that out there a few times. What do I do with this? I have thousands of people following me around and I don't know what to tell them other than, I love you too, right? I love you too. You're amazing. Oh my God, thank you for being amazing. So the next thing then that happened was that AMET, which is the world's largest EFT organization, and I've been certifying people through AMET for a few years, they contacted me and asked me if I wanted to be the communications director. And because I have a background in marketing and a background in sales and a background in business, I thought that somebody's got to do it, and I might as well do that. And within a phone call, the organization started to change from being in a lot of trouble and fighting and old bad energy and people coming on the forums and bitching and turning into this love fest, into people saying, what a great idea, and I would love to contribute this, and I would love to do the other thing, and they just came together. My job is to hold that. My job is to ask questions and set the boundaries and do the things in a way that people feel seen and respected and acknowledged and safe. And in the process of that, pushing aside a little bit those energies that belong to people who were actually pretty miserable in the beginning. All of a sudden, we're reaching out. People notice things are happening. People feel drawn. People are signing up. Hundreds of people have already signed up, and this is literally within a few weeks, to join the group and to do all these things. And I'm in the right place. I'm solidly in the right place there. I love that work. So obviously that visibility will naturally lead into very, very good business. It also allows me to have a very profound level of leadership, which is something that I needed to create. I'm not somebody who is narrow and long. I can't just focus on things and keep going. I actually need a community of like-minded people. So I found that in AMET. It's very easy for me now to just sit down, talk to people, and sign them up. And actually, I don't even have to sign them up. They're signing themselves up. My workshops, when I put them out, I just get stuff from PayPal saying somebody just signed up and I don't know who they are, but they did bring a friend. And I was in a TV show, in a local TV show, and they had a person that they asked me to work with, and the person turned around later and signed up for a $1,500 program. I have this stuff happening now because I know that I would never work with a person if it wasn't for their best. And I would never work with a person if I didn't know that I have something to offer that they need and that I can give them on a very high level. I love to over deliver, I love to give a lot, um, and I love to get paid for that very well. I have clear boundaries. I have a tribe that follows me, that loves me, and I love them right back. And um, I never doubt, I never doubt that people love me. And that is probably the biggest change. I never doubt, never ever doubt that people love me. And if there was anything that I would consider the biggest victory from the Rockstar program from this last year, it would be that I know that I'm loved and own it full force. I am definitely a charismatic leader. I certainly have a good achiever in me. I have a huge creative idealist who really wants to play just to play, and if I don't do it, I'm going to crumble. I'm going to give up. It's boring to me. And I know that I'm connected and I'm seen, and people do support me, and people love to support me, and I love to support them right back. So that is my 15-minute spiel. I know 3 minutes is max, but I can't stick to rules, and it's probably already over the 15. But I just wanted to share this with you. I don't know if this is something that works for you for Ignite. I know you were specifically looking for business numbers. I wouldn't do the program justice if I reduced it to that for the reasons that I mentioned. But I am more than happy to speak about you, Margaret, and to speak about the Rockstar program and the transformational part of the program from the bottom of my heart in the way I just did. So let me know whatever works for you. I'm going to be here to support you. All right, so I see you in Boston, and thank you for everything you've done. I love you guys.